Hello everyone. Hello. How is everybody doing today? We are live. So we are live today. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, isn't that great? I have... Oh my god, okay. Give me 1 second. I have to fix this. I did not know I had a shit ton of tomato sauce all over my mouth. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. Isn't this the most incredibly beautiful beginning of stream you have ever seen in your life? Guy walks in with a huge, massive spot of tomato sauce on his face. You know, isn't that just, that's just perfect. That's exactly how any streamer would love their stream to start. So how is everyone doing today? Is everyone having a good day? By the way, I tried doing that fixing the moderator thing with the like my Pretzel Rocks app is kind of like automatically posting whichever music is playing on stream, so that people who wants to listen to the music like on their own or whatever, you actually have access to it, and you know what the song is by which author or whatever. But like my Streamlab app is actually like blocking every single message. My moderator is automatically, but I thought I fixed it. I thought I get like permission or whatever for this thing to post, but it doesn't seem to be working. Let me try it again. Let me try it again. Pretzel Rocks. I don't know, maybe it's gonna work, it's probably not gonna work. Either way, we will see. I'm sorry about this. I'm gonna try to fix it before tomorrow's stream, if possible. So, all that being said and done, you know, little technical difficulties, little like, you know, literally tomato sauce on my face from my homemade pizza I ate today. But we're back live and we're ready to go. We are ready to go. Yesterday, for those who weren't there, what happened yesterday is, well, actually for the last two, since the beginning of the week, we've been on this fishing journey on Azeroth. So I have never, of all of my 15 years playing this game, I literally have never ever leveled fishing as a profession. That's a profession. It never happened. I tried leveling cooking, but I stopped at like 225 when then you have to do the quest and bring ingredients and like whatever, and I just never did it. I actually never did. So I don't know. Like I thought, like, you know, TBC is gonna come out this stream right now. We're kind of in a stage of like, you know, getting stuff done, getting some gear done, getting some raiding, like getting some gear up, professions all leveled up, whatever. So that, like, when TBC comes out, we're ready to go. We're ready to rock and roll. Our professions are maxed out. We have good gear to be able to progress decently, like in dungeons and in questing and stuff. So this thing is basically like, you know, this stream right now, the state that it's on, it's basically classic TBC preparation is the way I see it. So I thought, you know, in the spirit of preparing for everything and having everything just ready to go, it's like I don't want to be in the middle of like, you know, like freaking Karazhan attunement quest and then be like, oh, you know what, like I should go level my, like spend hours to go like level my fishing, you know. It's like so, and fishing is actually like fishing and cooking, because not a lot of people actually end up, most of the time a lot of people don't end up leveling these professions for, honestly, for good reason, because it's hell. But the food buff that they provide is actually most of the time really important and almost sometimes mandatory, like for raids. So it ends up being professions where a lot of people like to buy like these food buffs because they don't want to level them themselves. So if it's a very decent way, even right now in Classic WoW, like fishing and cooking is actually a really decent way to make gold. And I'm assuming that's just going to continue on TBC. So we've been on this level, on this fishing journey. Monday we went from 0 to 65 fishing in Elwyn Forest, and today we will be yesterday what we did is we spent literally the entire stream, like about 1 hour of the stream, the other half was basically getting there. We went to a place south of Shadowprey Village in Desolus. We had a water elixir on, and we were just opening up all of these seashell cages at the bottom of the ocean. That's what we did the entire stream, hoping to get an important item that is called the Big Iron Fishing Pole, which is a fishing pole you can equip when you have 100 skills, and it basically gives you 25 more skills in fishing. It's a really good fishing pole to have, and we've opened cages non-stop for 1 hour under there. I popped my water breathing buff, went underwater, opened the greater water breathing elixir boss, which is 1 hour, and I was literally 5 minutes away. When there was 5 minutes left on my buff, it was like the end of the stream, and I was kind of like, listen guys, I'm sorry, but like in 5 minutes when this buff is done, if we don't have the fishing pole, like, you know, like I'm still ending the stream, and we're just gonna pick up where we left off tomorrow. And behold, or however you say that, 25 seconds before the end of my buff, the fishing pole dropped. Literally, like 25 seconds before I was about to literally just end the stream, the fishing pole dropped. So we were like really like pumped, happy, like freaking great timing, absolutely amazing. And today we're actually picking up from there. So I just, because of the stream, I just earned stone to Stormwind. I just earned something to Stormwind. This is my beautiful dwarf that I've bought these clothes specifically for the fishing journey, for the fishing adventure. So we basically exited the stream in Stormwind City, ready for round 2, and round 2 takes place in South Shore. So we have to go to South Shore, and we're gonna fish basically behind the inn where there's a river. If all of you that are knowledgeable in the World of Warcraft, you have in the South Shore Inn, like there's a quest that you can get that asks you to collect turtle meats. And so this is the iron pole that we're talking about. This is what we got. So this turtle meat that we managed to get is actually like this quest where you kill the turtle following that river. Basically, that same river is when we're going to go fishing today. All right, so let me just see something real quick before we continue. And that might actually be useful information, or might end up being useful information. So you cannot sell the shellfish. You cannot sell the shellfish. Let me see if somehow there would be a if there would be price for it on the auction house. I don't think it's used for anything, but I'm really not sure. Okay, let's see. Shellfish. Okay, 5 silver for 5. Do we do it? I mean, like, might as well at this point, right? I'm literally not gonna do anything with it. I can't sell them. There is no price. All right, let's just do it. Let's say 99.99. We're gonna be that guy, okay? And then 99.95. Bam. 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 And the 6 ones we're just gonna, like, so we know that whoever actually posted these shellfishes on the auction house, there are definitely people that farmed the big iron fishing pole exactly like I did. Like, it has to be, or else it's just sad. Okay, let's go see if we have some mail for us. Maybe some auction house stuff sold. No? No, nothing sold. But for some reason, our Taylor character sent us some stuff. Okay. I'm going to disenchant this gear because I think it could get me... I tried to sell it earlier, it didn't sell. Lesser Greater Essence. We were hoping for Illusion Dust, so we're kind of sad about that, but whatever. Whatever. Alright.
Greetings.
So I'm just gonna deposit that real quick. Have enough room. Excellent. Oh, one thing I should be doing, chat. One thing I should be doing before we do any of this. I should go on my cooking alt and send me the recipe books and everything for the. I hope it's on this guy. And I'm going to send myself all of these night crawlers. Because that's what we're doing. We're increasing fishing. So since we're leveling our fishing, we're gonna make sure we send us all the things that we need to help our fishing journey. You don't necessarily have, like, I don't think it's necessary to have, like, the night crawlers, but it can just be useful, you know? I think I will be needing this at some point. Raw spotted yellowtail, but not there yet. But I should still return it now while I'm at it. I don't know if it's giant egg or ancient egg that we will need, but at some point I know we will be needing this for... we will be needing this to level our cooking for the cooking quest. To get over 225 cooking, you actually need to do a quest where you have to bring a guy in gadgets and a bunch of ingredients. And I'm pretty sure that the if it's not the giant eggs, it's the ancient eggs that we'll have to bring him. Okay, just making sure that so see, expert cookbook, we are definitely returning that. We want this cookbook in our bank so that whenever we'll need it, we can just click on it and have it. Let me check if my other books are in the if the other books I have are in the my bank.
Well met.
So nothing on the bank on this character. So we're gonna log out. We're gonna go see. I might have sent my books to this guy. The character that is just like I just miscellaneous send him a bunch of stuff, whatever that might be. I also do some auction house stuff thing on this guy. So I sold something for like 150 gold not too long ago on this guy, and then I just send the money to my main. But okay, so none of that sold. Good to know. Good to know. Actually, I should be returning this. So I'm just taking time to actually do this while while I'm at it, kind of thing. Okay, not on this guy either. So it could be that the books are in my bank, because I am fairly certain. I bought the cookbook, as you saw, but I need to buy the fishing book. And I'm not exactly sure where the fishing book is. So, the fishing book is in Booty Bay. So, do we see a book anywhere, chat? We see these, but no. No books. No books. Alright. So, I will have one book, which will be the cooking book. But I will have to go buy the 125 fishing is going to be in 125 fishing is going to be in Booty Bay. Also, for those who did not know, the advantage of sending stuff to your other characters, if you send materials and stuff to your alts, what happens if you don't take them out, you leave them in the bank, you leave them in the mail, so you have like a lot of slots to just accumulate things on your alts. But then, as you saw, if I would collect the thing and then send it back to my character, there would be like a 1 hour cooldown before I would receive the thing. But when you hit return on that mail, it actually sends it automatically. So when I clicked on the return button, like I just got the thing, like the night crawlers and everything that I sent myself back. I literally just had them, although I already have them in my bag, although I literally just clicked on it. And the reason why is simply because I hit return instead of collecting the item and send it to me. If I would have collected the item and sent it to me, then it would have been a 1 hour cooldown. All right. So I'm not going to go buy the fishing book right now. I'm gonna go buy it. I'm gonna go buy it after, because I think that after, when we're done at South Shore, because this is the next stop we're going to South Shore, I'm pretty confident that when we're out of South Shore, we actually, I'm wrong. We should go to Booty Bay right now. Because the next location, so we're going to South Shore, okay? To fish until we reach like 150 cooking. So we want the bristle whisker catfish is what we're looking for. And whenever we cook this and we have like the fishing and like whatever to be able to increase all the way to 150, then we need to go to the next spot that we're going to fish is in Stromgard. And if I have to go, I would have to go all the way to Booty Bay. Like right now, after finishing fishing in South Shore, I would be right next to Hillsbrad Foothills to continue fishing there in south of Stromgard. So, I think I'm just gonna go buy the book off stream, because that way it's gonna just make us lose less time. We've already lost time with doing auction house stuff and like whatever. Like we haven't started fishing yet, and it's almost 11. So. Oh guys, I gotta tell you about my day. Holy crap! If any of you in the chat obviously are there, you want to like talk about your day, tell me about yourself, say hi, you know, please do so. I want to get to know my viewers. I want to get to know you, to have conversations with you. Like this is part of like, you know, like what I want from this channel is, like I said, if you look back at the VOD from yesterday, it's like I want to have this interaction, to connect with you, to understand, you know, like what do you want, what is your where are you located, like, you know, what's your life like, what's your interest, who are you as a person. I just want to know about you folks. So please, if you're in chat and you're just there and you feel a little shy to chat, it's okay. You do not feel obligated at all to say anything in the chat. You can just sit back and enjoy. But I would like to get to know you, so please feel free to say anything you'd like in the chat, as long as it is nice, respectful, and understanding. So all of the you know, like racial and sexual, like gendered slurs and all that stuff have all been like, you're gonna get banned, you're gonna get purged if I say any of that in the chat. So please do not say such things. But let me tell you about my day then. So today I woke up with my fiance and we just had a kind of like, you know, we just had breakfast. For breakfast I like to eat like either bagel with cream cheese and like a smoothie, which is usually like just like a mango smoothie that I just have frozen mangoes that I drop into literally like these like magic bullets, and then from there I add a little bit of like mango or like tropical juice that tends to be, you know, like the most fresh juice possible, and not some kind of like crap with like a shit ton of sugar and whatnot, or like added fake concentrates of bull crap. Anyway, so I just add whatever juice, I blend it together, and that's it. Like I don't do anything fancy. I don't add any, you know, protein, or I don't add any of the funky stuff that people sometimes do. So we were eating our little bagels and cream cheese, you know, like drinking our little our smoothie, and then we do a thing. It's a ritual that we have, my fiance and I, that at the end of each month, for the beginning of the new month, we do a thing that is called the I Ching. So the I Ching is, let me show you just the box real quick. Okay, so the one I have is this one. This is what I'm using, the I Ching. This one has been written by Wu Wei. This like box edition. And Wu Wei, I think it's actually a play word. I don't know if it's the person's name for real, or it's just kind of like a pen name or like an artist name or something, because Wu Wei actually is one of the key concepts of Taoism that's called non-action. So it's kind of funny because like it's about the I Ching and like whatever, and yet like the guy's name that did this box and whatever, his name is Wu Wei, which is the key principle. So the way the I Ching works, you might have seen it somewhere. It's basically, the I Ching is about the trigrams. So what are trigrams? Trigrams are okay, you see this? These things? These things here? these are the trigrams. So you have the first trigram, which is like full lines, 3 full lines, is like called, like it's heaven. Then the full yin at the bottom is like earth, or like yin, basically. And then all the ones in the middle, it's like you have like the elements, right? So you have like fire, air, water, earth, and then you have like whatever it's in between. So you would have like mountain, thunder, valley, and I think the other one is like, I'm not sure, I think it's like fog, or not fog, but like something around these lines. I'm not entirely sure, so I would have to like look it up. But so the idea is you perform some manipulation with sticks, or you can make it with coin as well. The sticks are yardstick. They're yard. I don't know what it's called. There's 50 sticks like this. Okay. Sorry, I hit my mic. There's 50 sticks like this, and what you do is there is it's like a ritual. It's a ritual of divination. So basically, it would be like, you know, if you'd be asking someone to like basically read your fortune, like fortune telling and like whatever. It's kind of like, it's not fortune telling, it's divination, because it's communion with the universe is what we're doing. So what you do is you ask the universe a question. You ask and you could say like the universe, like there's many names for it. Obviously you could ask like Tao is the name for it, whatever, but some people just call it like the oracle. So you ask like the oracles, whatever question you want, and that is not like a yes or no kind of like question. And then you make manipulations with the sticks. I'm not going to show it right now, but like I plan to do at some point I am going to upload a video, an educational video on YouTube on what is the I Ching, what is the history behind the I Ching, what is the philosophy underlying the I Ching, and also like I'm going to do a live kind of like a live divination performance to show like how it works. But to give you an idea is you perform manipulation that gives you numbers, and these numbers are attributed with one of the trigrams that you see, like one of the lines. So if after getting like a certain number, like if you get, after doing the manipulations, if you get a number that's either like 6 or 7, you draw yourself a broken line. And if after doing your manipulations you get a number that's either 8 or 9, you draw like a full line. And you do these manipulations and stuff like 6 times to give you the 6 lines. And once you have the 6 lines, it means you have 2 trigrams. You have a trigram at the bottom and a trigram at the top. So what you do is you go to like a chart like this. You go to like one of these charts, and in the chart it tells you like at the bottom you have this particular trigram, and at the top you have this other trigram. And if you do so, this is what it means. It means you have landed on the Kua, or the Kua is like 2 trigrams put together. So you've landed on a symbol that is, for example, on I don't know. I'm gonna give you an example. So let's say you land on number 60, which is Chia. Right, so you would get this trigram, which is like number 60. So I'm trying to align it well for so it appears on camera. Okay, so you have this, and then under it you have the text that basically tells you what this trigram means. And whatever the text says is basically what your answer is to your question. So for example, this Kua means setting limitations. So it'd be, the meaning is this is moderation. If life consisted of unlimited possibilities, it would only dissolve into bundles. Just consider every possibility would take all eternity. Limitations are difficult to impose, particularly on yourself, but are essential as well as effective. If you wish to truly enjoy the rewards of life of a superior person, you must limit and regulate your activities, your thoughts and associations, your relationships, your eating, your drinking, your sleeping, your work, your play, your accumulating, your spending, etc. In fact, every aspect of your life. Everything in moderation benefits you. The same thing carried to excess will destroy you. Your goal is to set proper limits within which you will have total freedom. Because moderation in all things brings success, this Kua also cautions you to moderate even your moderation. Do not impose such strict limitations that the limitations become excessive and damage you others. You would also do well to set limits on your time and tasks by dividing them into smaller segments so you can grasp and manage them more easily. So basically, for example, if your question would be like, hey, I Ching, like, I'm having tough time at work and I would like my work to feel better. What can I do in order to make sure that my work feels better and makes me happy, or something like that? And if you would have done the manipulation, so as you do the manipulations, which again I'm not going to show, but as you do them, you kind of like, you put yourself in a kind of like a meditative state. And when you're in that meditative state, you do the manipulations, and it's like, the idea is that because you emptied yourself as the meditation, you make yourself be empty. The only thing you think about is this particular question that you have in mind. So you think about the question, you're kind of putting yourself in that meditative step. So you're emptying yourself. You're emptying yourself. You're making yourself an empty vessel, like a cup, right? So you have the cup and you empty yourself. And when the cup is empty is when you can put stuff in it. So then the universe through you gets into the cup. You are the cup. The universe gets through you, and then through your subconscious guides the way you're going to be doing the manipulations. And you don't know consciously about it, but the universe moves the sticks and whatever like around your hands. And while you're doing manipulation, you get your particular numbers, you note them down, and at the end of everything, the answer that you got is, well, you know, in order for you to be able to appreciate your work more, you need to make sure that you do it in moderation. If you get this Kua. Another Kua might tell you, like, no, the way for you to enjoy your work is actually to just like, you know, like, do it from a place of integrity. Or it could be to just, like, take it seriously, or not take it seriously. Or like, you know, some Kua might say really like, you need to just quit your work or something. So it's like, you have all of these different ways to be able to engage with, you know, like with whatever is going to say, and it's going to be left to your interpretation. So by the way, this is the river where we are going to fish. Right here. Oh, I think I need to buy recipes first. Let me check. Okay, so what happens is you get... Okay, Lindia Rabone is who we're looking for. So every single month, my fiance and I have this ritual that we do, that before the turn of the next month, we always ask the I Ching something, either a question that is highly relevant to us right now, or a question, it could literally be like, what is going to be the next month like for me? How could I better navigate the next month, or something like that, for whatever's going to come my way. So we ask this question, then the I Ching does its thing, give us an answer, and then we take pictures on our phone of what the I Ching has suggested that we do, and like whatever. And whenever the month progresses, then we kind of like go back and consult and reread our divination, and make sure that, like, you know, we kind of like be careful about particular things, or that we listen if ever it's kind of like obviously like relevant and all of that stuff.
Hello.
Which one do we want to buy? Purchase Bristol. Okay, we got this one. Yep, we do. Then recipe Mithril Edrout.
Safe travels. Step on up.
Okay. So we got this one, and now we also want this. I'm gonna buy this just because I have the actual thing in my bags to cook. But anyway, so we have a ritual that we do this every month, and So this month, usually the pattern is like we start with hers. She asks her question. I do the manipulation for her. So I'm the kind of like the diviner for, or like the, you know, for her. And then I ask my question and she does the divination for me. So anyway, so that's the way it's we do it normally. Ooh, what's this? And today, so we did hers as usual, and then so we did hers as usual, but then the when it was time to do mine, my fiance was just like, I don't know what it is, but I'm kind of like, right now I feel like a very like dark energy. Like I feel like something in the air, a very dark energy, something. I feel like a very small black thing. Like I feel like a very small black thing, like that just has this really dark energy and like stuff like that. So she was kind of like, I don't want to do the I Ching right now because it feels like, you know, like this dark energy is gonna like probably like, I don't know, it's gonna probably kind of like make me not be able to commute in the right way, like with the universe. And we sat up, so we sat down, we started doing. I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna at least write my question, and maybe we should start it. And right when I started writing my question down into the book that you saw, and right after, my fiance was just like, I feel like a dark energy in the universe, something happening, like a small black thing is the way she described it. The moment she said that, a little black mouse ran from behind my oven into the corner of my kitchen. Like a little, like a mouse, it's about like this big, you know, like, and then you have the tail and like whatever, the tail would be like here, like whatever. So a very small black mouse crossed my kitchen right after she was kind of like, I don't know what else, something's off, a small little black thing, don't know what it is, but it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel well for what we're trying to do. So we just hopped on the couch, you know, like taking our feet off the floor and be like, oh my god, you can't freaking kidding me, like there's actually like a mouse in the kitchen. And I knew there was a mouse behind my oven because I heard it kind of like gnaw on things and like whatever, so I knew there was something going on there. And right, so when I knew there was a mouse there, I bought like traps, but it's like traps that are, you know, it's like these traps that are very, what's it called? It's like the friendly ones. It's not the traps that kill. It's a trap that it's like, it looks like a tube, and in the middle of the tube there's like a flap, like a little like, it's like this, and then you have something that sticks out. And then at the end of so the entrance to the trap would be here. So they would enter through here, and then the mouse would like walk, and then it would have that little flapper thing here, and at the end of it, it would be food, and food that would be very like, you know, attractive to it. So like nuts, and I put like bread and Nutella, I put like mangoes and stuff that actually like smelling is attractive for like nice. So I was kind of like, oh my god, I've got to like set the traps, I'm gonna put it there. And it was hiding in the corner of my kitchen over there, you don't see it, but like there's a recycling bin, and it was hiding behind it. And then we're kind of like, oh my god, what the hell are we gonna do? Like, what the hell are we gonna do? And we were freaking out. We were just kind of like, holy shit, like there's a freaking mouse like running around like in the apartment, literally. And oh, what is this? Ooh, damn, free loots. We like this. So we did this, and eventually after, like, I'm not kidding, after probably like something like 30 minutes of trying to understand and figure out like what we can actually do to like with the mice and like whatever, I managed to put the mice in the trap in a way that was like right, it was like right in the path of whenever the mouse would exit being behind the moment it would exit being behind the recycling bin, it would have to like cross the trap. So I was like, we're gonna see if it goes in, and it actually didn't. It just ran right past by it, and it was completely not caring about the trap and whatever the hell I put inside and all that stuff. And we were kind of freaking out. We're just like, what the hell are we gonna do with that mouse and with that like whatever. Then I replaced the trap in a different way, and it actually got in. It got into the trap. I was looking at the tip because the tube is actually transparent, so you can see if it's inside. So what happens is the food is at the end, there's a flap. The mouse comes in, and as it walks onto that flap, the weight of the mouse makes the flap go down, and it closes the door. And then it's locked into this tube, and then you just like go outside. You have a little switch that you open the thing, and then you let the mouse run free outside, so it doesn't kill it. So that's what we were trying to do. This was our goal. This was what we were trying to achieve. And so like we do it, and then the mouse, I see it with my own eyes. The mouse rocks right the way across to the end, right on top of the little the little flapper. It doesn't care at all. It's way too light. It's way too light. It does not close the door. So now I have the mouse that's freaking just casually having a feast at the end of my trap, and I'm supposed to be able to take it and bring it outside, and there's literally nothing. You know, like there is absolutely nothing I can do. It's just there. It's, you know, like it's eating a feast that I've served it, and the moment that I kind of got out of my chair to see maybe I can close it or something like that, it just noticed me because the tube of the trap is transparent. It noticed me and it just ran back behind the recycling bin. I'm kind of like, these traps are absolutely fucking useless. I am not going to capture the mouse with it. So basically I took the mouse, like I took the traps away because they're useless anyway, and I just threw them away. But now it's kind of like, what the hell am I gonna do? Like I can't capture it. I can't just grab it in my hands if it bites me and it's like it has rabies or something that I can't, you know, like whatever. So we were freaking out. We were just like, oh my god, like what are we going to do? So what ended up happening is eventually the mouse got more and more comfortable with our presence, and it just starting to kind of venture a little more in the kitchen to like explore whatever, because she kind of saw that it saw that we were like inoffensive, I guess, because we were probably as much scared of her as she was of us. And eventually she was aiming to go back behind the oven, and I'm like, dude, if it goes back behind the oven, I'm actually really happy with that, because like it's like the way my oven is not necessarily like really flush. It's like with the counters and the wall, it's like you have about like 2 to 3 inches on each side. So what I did is we waited, and we're kind of like, okay, the mouse is going to go back behind, and then I'm gonna tape it. I'm gonna put a shit ton of tape, like in these like 2-3 inches on each side. I'm just gonna fucking duct tape it, you know, to make like a wall of tape so it doesn't really go through. So that was the plan. So we're kind of, okay, if it goes back behind the oven, I'm good. I know it's not free running in the apartment, and I'm gonna put tape that is might limit the chance that it's gonna come out. So it starts. So we were there. I was sitting on the couch. My couch is over there. I was sitting on the couch. We were staring like at the kitchen like this, you know, for hours, just waiting to see what would happen. And eventually the mouse, like it does its thing. It comes out a little bit, goes towards the middle of the kitchen, notices us that we're there, goes back into behind the recycling bin. So it's kind of like fooling around a bit. And at some point, it just decides to go back behind the oven. And when it goes back behind the oven, I was kind of like, yes, finally, chance. Like, you know, like if it goes back there, it's okay. I'm happy. You know, like we can do something with this. And as it's about to go behind the oven, like, it's like you have this, you know, like you have the oven, and then you have like, let's say like 2 to 3 inches on each side. So it's about to go in the oven, and as it goes back, it runs away in this direction because there's another mouse that was coming out at the same time that it was trying to leave. So now I freaking have 2 mice in my apartment, but the second mouse, my fiance saw it, the second mouse apparently ran back behind the oven. So we didn't solve the problem. Now the only thing that I know is I have 2 mice hanging out in my apartment. One that returned behind the oven, which is what I wanted, and the other one went back behind the recycling bin again. And so I was kind of like, God fucking damn it, you have to be kidding me. How the hell am I gonna manage? How the hell am I gonna do this? So first of all, I called the superintendent. I told them about this, and they say someone's gonna come like on Friday. So I have to wait 2 freaking days with 2 mice just hanging out, chilling in my apartment, probably procreating for all I know. And it's like, so eventually after, you know, maybe another 30 to 45 minutes or something, the second mouse, the mouse that was behind the recycling bin, decides to like take its trip back behind the oven. So for all the information that we have, all the information that we had at that time, both my fiance and I knew that both mice were behind the oven at this point. So what I did, I kind of felt relieved to know it wasn't just like free roaming everywhere in the apartment. And so then what I did is I took it's not duct tape, it looks like duct tape, but it's transparent, because that's all I had. I didn't want to like go out and buy something because like I wanted it to be fixed like right away kind of thing. So, and I taped the whole thing like you don't even know. It's about like I don't know, like maybe like a foot high or something like that, and it's like many layers of thickness of tape. And I know it can gnaw its way through the tape, but it feels like if it does that, if it tries to gnaw its way through, like I'm gonna hear it, because when it gnaws through tape, which I know it's done because I've heard that noise before. It sounds very loud. So I would see it, I would know it, and then I'd be able to maybe go out there and try to scare it. You know, scare it so that it doesn't do that, or make the tape a little thicker and that. Anyway, there's a chance, because mice also climb stuff. There's a chance that they would just try to climb over the tape, which I really hope it doesn't. And as I'm saying this, I feel really compelled to actually look, making sure that like it actually did not happen. Like it's not just fucking roaming in the kitchen somewhere. But anyway, so that was our day. My fiance and I chilling, having our little meditative like communion with the universe to ask about what's gonna happen to us in the next month and how we should navigate the circumstances that are gonna come our way. Her feeling that there's just a little black energy in the air of something that just doesn't feel right. And at the moment she says this, we hear really loud squeaking, and then a mouse runs in the middle of our kitchen. That's how my day started. And it took about fucking 2 hours, or like an hour and a half, 2 hours to actually kind of like figure out and do something about it, because like we didn't know what to do. And yeah, that was the big adventure of my day. So kind of I don't know, it's not that crazy of a story, but it's just like, sorry. Not a lot of people can, tell these stories of having like just mice running around everywhere in their apartment. I am one of these people, unfortunately, I guess. But yeah, so that's what happened today, folks. Pretty crazy stuff, if you want my opinion. I'm just reorganizing my bag a bit. I can't chew in this. Okay, so right now, our cooking is at 116. And our fishing is at 88. So basically we want to continue doing this and I guess increase our fishing all the way to like 150 and our cooking all the way to 150 as well. This is what seems to be the plan. Does any of you have any kind of like crazy stories about something like that? You know, about like, I don't know, crazy like unexpected stories or something that you'd like to share with the rest of us? Like my story with my 2 mice running freely in my kitchen today. I wonder when's the let me check like so Elixir resets in 12 hours, but all the rest is already resetted. I guess I would have to do an Elixir before it resets. Hey, because the raids resets on Tuesday at the same time as server resets. Sorry. Damn, how come? Dude, should I just put the baubles and stuff on my? Maybe that's what I need to do. If I keep having these bobble ups, then maybe it's gonna allow me to not have the fish constantly run away. Yeah, I think that's the trick. Okay, so the fish that we want, is the raw bristle whisker catfish is what we're aiming for. These ones we already have, like we're gonna cook it. Maybe it's gonna give us like 1 skill or 2 or something, but we want these guys. And we want at least 40 of them. Like I'd say even like 50 probably. So at least 50 of them. Which should easily bring us to it should also easily bring us to the 150 that we need of fishing. Yeah. So we're gonna fish all the way to 150. We're gonna fish all our way to 150, which should give us enough of these to be able to move on. Oh, sorry, I feel so tired today. Honestly, I feel like this episode with the mice, it kind of took a lot of like, you know, like for, I don't know, it kind of like it took, like I was kind of like angry and pissed and worried and like whatever for like, you know, kind of like being stressed for quite a while until it would be fixed and stuff. And after that, I also like had like, you know, we did the I Ching, and I kind of asked a very like important question to the I Ching about like, you know, about my work, about my channels, about a bunch of stuff and like whatever. And after that, it kind of led to a very like very deep conversation with my fiance about just stuff about, you know, like life, future plans, you know, like stuff like that, which are really good conversation. And she's always so amazing, helpful, you know, like authentic, like empathetic, sincere, and I don't know, she's just, my fiance is the best person in the entire world. Like if ever Chad, at some point you get a chance to meet her, she's just such she's the most perfect person that ever lived on this planet. It's absolutely incredible. And you know, like when stuff like that happens, she's always very understanding and super helpful and compassionate and not judgmental and accepting. And it's just like, I really wish, like, to everyone on this planet should be having, like, you know, someone. Doesn't have to be a loved one, it can be, you know, a family member, it could be a friend or like whatever. But I really wish to everyone on this planet to have someone that allows them to like have this amazing, supportive, accepting, compassionate, empathetic experience that I have when sharing very vulnerable and personal things, as my fiance does for me. I really sincerely wish that to everyone on this planet, to be able to at least experience that with someone close to you and there in your life. I'm just very lucky to be with this person that I'm going to be sharing my life with. Anyway, it was just a kind of like very intense conversation, and after that I felt drained. We actually, both of us, we kind of just went in bed and just kind of like cuddled and fell asleep for 3 hours, like you know, basically from 4 to like 7, and then she left because she had to go back to her parents' place and stuff. So I don't know, it's just like after that episode with the mice and after this really intense emotional conversation for a long time and energetically draining with my fiance for a bit, it just, I don't know, I feel like my energy is a little off today, you know? I'm really digging this music though. Really digging this music with while doing this chill fishing stream with this beautiful little cute town in the background. You know, this little old church surrounded by trees in the nighttime, with these little barns with hay, you know, like as roof and stuff. I don't know, it's just good vibe to it. I love it. I've been liking these playlists from the Pretzel Rock app. I know you folks can't, you can see, well, you could see the name in the chat, but my moderator just keeps freaking blocking every single thing. But if you go into this, like the Pretzel app, and you have all these different playlists, and the one we've been listening, like I haven't changed the play, I haven't restarted the playlist either, but there's a playlist that's called Chill. And there's 2,000 songs on it for 104 hours of relax, unwind, and chill music. Like, you know, and that's what we've been listening to, you know, the last few streams and stuff. And so far, it's actually been really awesome, especially for like, I like having, you know, I like So first of all, for those who didn't know, like I played music a lot in my life. I was part of like my high school orchestra. I was playing trombone in the orchestra, and I just had such a blast playing trombone. It was one of my favorite class I had in high school, outside of like, you know, phys ed and history and other things, and English actually. Like music was by far one of the classes I was always super excited to go into, and playing trombone was just a really cool thing that really fit with my personality. So I played that for a while, but after high school, when I graduated and I didn't have access to a trombone or the high school symphony anymore, I just bought myself a bass, and I was playing bass for quite a bit just on my own. I never was into a band, never was into whatever. One thing that I actually like to do with my bass is just, you know, like I would just play music on my music player. Like I had a, you know, like a stereo music player. You would like put your iPod, back in the day it was an iPod. You would put your iPod in, and then just music would just kind of like come out of like speakers. So I would go into the and I would just play bass over it. Whatever riff came to mind, whatever, like sometimes it would be very similar to what the bass was actually is from the song. I was trying to learn it just by listening to it by ear and just replaying it. But I also kind of like did my own variations and stuff. So it was really just a chill way of creating something with music that's been a very important part of my life. And music, even to this day, you know, it's like the emotional association to music of like particular events of my life are connected with particular songs and all these things. So music is very, very deeply moving and important for me in my life in general. So I like when I do things to have like music in the background, but when I do something and I want to have music in the background, I like having like instrumental music that it can have a beat, it can be upbeat. It doesn't have to be relaxing, chill songs all the time. It doesn't have to be like chill pop or like whatever. It could be like metal music. Like I was doing I remember like one of my memories of doing homework in high school was I was doing my math algebra homework listening to like, you know, Stream of Consciousness by Dream Theater like on repeat. So like, but it's again, it's just like it's an instrumental metal song. So when I do streams like this, or when I would listen to like streamers or like whatever, I like when there is music as like ambiance that is there in the back that you kind of like chill to, and it brings a good mood to the thing, but it's not like in the forefront that the only thing that you hear is the music and it takes the whole gameplay and the whole thing is necessarily about the music. There are some people, their channel is about like doing music, talking about music, doing like recordings and whatnot. Like this is different. Like I'm not talking about these, I'm talking like when I do homework, for example. When I do homeworks, or when I do my research on my dissertation is the way I should be phrasing it. When I do research on my dissertation, I like to have music in the background that's like instrumental, relaxing music and all of that stuff. So when it's a stream that's in a similar vein of like you do something that is not your main activity, and then you just have some music in the background, I like when it's kind of like instrumental, relaxing music. So I'm hoping you guys enjoying this chill playlist. I really am. I think it's really awesome, and it fits with the whole mood. Particularly this one has like an indigenous vibe to the orchestra with the pan flutes and the this really interesting instrument that does like I don't know what instrument does that, but the pan flutes, or the flutes in general, gives me this like wooden flute, gives me a very strong indigenous vibe to it. It's really cool. I like that. I like indigenous music. Okay, so y'all can see it, but we're at 99 fishing. So we'd have about 50 more of these to collect. And the 50 more we have to collect should bring us enough to be able to cook all of that stuff and give us make us reach 150 in cooking. Music too loud. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. My fiance just reached the chat. Hello there. How was your class tonight? Okay, chat, I've been told by my fiance. Really good. Okay, so I just said really good at the moment that I read the message. How's the delay lag? Because I've been told by my fiance that, like, on YouTube, people on YouTube, like, when she writes a message to me, sometimes it might take like a few minutes for me to realize that it's there. And we're trying to see, I tried to see if I could fix it today. You got it fast? I literally just read it again as I saw it. Ask me a question, I'm gonna answer it. Any question? Okay, that's not too bad. I'm good, thank you. So I literally answered your question at the moment that I saw the question popped on my chat. So how long would you say that was? Okay. Well, we're getting somewhere. 30-second delay is way better than 5 minutes we had before. So I guess I'm quite happy with that if it stays there. I told stream today. I was telling chat today about our experience with our two friends that were very kindly named Tom and Sherry by my fiance. So I told stream about our amazing stories with Tom and Sherry. Was it Sherry? Was Sherry the name of the second one? Or I'm just really getting closer to Tom and Jerry every single time. The best. Yeah. Damn. And I told him the concept. So I explained a little bit like how the day went. So I talked about, you know, like I talked about that we did the I Ching. I explained a little bit what was the I Ching. And then I said the whole thing about, you know, like, oh no, you can't remember the name. It's like yeah, it was just like I was telling them about like we were doing I Ching and then starting to do it, and then you being like, dude, like I feel this like weird dark energy that's just there that like has like a really dark thing, and then we just eat the freaking loud squeaking and the mouse running in the middle of the kitchen like right after, just like the whole shebang, you know. It was just, I don't know, it's such a priceless thing. I'm always going to remember this. You know, like I feel like you know, maybe we're gonna grow old and you know, like we're gonna always be remembering, you know, like, hey, you remember this moment we were doing the I Ching and then you said that thing and then you had like the mice running in that apartment when we were like in Toronto and stuff. I don't know, it just feels like it's gonna be one of these memorable moments that we're gonna go back to. You have a good day? I did have a good day. Thank you. How was your class tonight? Did it go well? Mouse Whisperer. Ooh, I like that. The Mouse Whisperer. Oh, is the sound better now? Should it be a little louder, a little lower? Connection between nervous systems regulation and money issues. Interesting. If you're interested in explaining a little bit to chat what that means, I can read it out loud. If you don't want to, it's perfectly fine. There's no problem with that. Don't feel obligated whatsoever. But sounds too loud. I like hearing. Is this better? Yeah, I'm just gonna reduce it more, like even more. So let's go here. So yes, baby, if you're feeling comfortable with talking to the chat about what would that look like to kind of have a little like educational conversation about what are possible connection between nervous systems regulation and money issues, I think that would be some people would be interested to learn more about that. That'd be really cool. Aside for that, what about other people out there in the chat? Is there anybody out there want to like just say hi? Maybe some new people joined or something. Sum it up it all. So let me read it. Little education here, people. To sum it all up, how do we use money to self-soothe when your body goes into trauma response? So fight, flight, freeze, or collapse. So for those who don't know, there are many different responses that your body is kind of intuitively doing when you're like engaging with like a trauma. So a trauma response is going to be generated by your body intuitively, that has oftentimes been like recorded by events of your past. Like you might have reacted to a traumatic experience by freezing, you know, in a certain time in your past. And whenever you re-experience a similar trauma that your brain and your body perceives it to be very similar or the same in nature, your body is going to like keep doing that same trauma response over and over again, unless you kind of like do things to help you figure out and maybe have a corrective experience next time in the future. So what my fiance is talking about here is about money as a way to self-soothe when your body goes into a trauma response. So one of these trauma responses that you can have, you can use money to self-soothe yourself. So when my body has a collapse response, I might agree to do things I don't want to do, like agree to unpaid work. Okay? So here, one of the trauma response that you can have that would be collapse, for example, might lead you to being more agreeable in doing things that you don't want to, like doing work that you don't feel like having. Yes, hypothetical example, of course. So how is the self-soothing part? How does that work? So you use money to self-soothe when your body goes into a trauma response. What would that look like? It's like, the way I understand this sentence, it's like So let's say that your body goes into a freeze mode for something happens. Then you would use money to kind of like calm yourself down, but like by purchasing things. I don't know. I'm understanding it in terms of like retail therapy of just like buying stuff to make you feel better. And I'm fairly confident that this is not what you're talking about. And I just want to make sure I understand it right. Some people might overspend, avoid spending money, hoard money. Okay, I get it. So it's like what you do with the money is going to depend from people to people. Some people might overspend in like retail therapy mode, like, you know, like consumerism. Some people might avoid spending it, whatever. But either way, whether you decide to keep it or spend it or whatever, like, it's the fact that you're using money to try to help yourself cope with the trauma response that your body is having in this moment. Am I understanding it correctly? Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for educating me and educating chat about this. So chat, what you can, I guess one of the things you can get and understand from this, there's more to that. Yes, there's always more to stuff like that. Obviously, it's way more. My amazingly perfect, fantastic fiance is completing her master's in. It's completing her master's in psychotherapy or counseling psychotherapy at University of Toronto in Canada. So she is very, very, very well versed in these things about trauma and about psychology as a whole, particularly with respect to how it's connected to social justice issues, and how a lot of like trauma and trauma response that we have is connected with, you know, like responses to structures of oppression and how it affects you and like whatever. So questions about trauma-related responses, and the effect that oppressive systems and oppressive narrative have on your psychology and how it makes you behave differently in the world is very much, she's pretty much like an expert on that, you know. So I'm learning, I know a lot about structures of oppression from the standpoint of power relations because of my study of political science, but I'm learning so much more through my engagement with her, of learning really on a kind of like individual level, a psychological level, how it affects people. So if you have any questions concerning that kind of stuff, it might, like, you know, it'd definitely be my pleasure to be able to talk about it to the best of my knowledge. But we're always gonna have tidbits of probably you know, like my wonderful fiance coming into chat and sharing some of her knowledge from time to time, which is absolutely mind-blowing. So you're always going to be welcome here, baby. And please share with us the infinite knowledge of the Shalene's consciousness. So are we getting close to our goal? We kind of are. So our goal right now, chat, is we are at, you see fishing here? We are at 114 fishing. So our goal is to be able to continue, and we're able to do this and continue until we reach 150. When we reach 150 fishing, then we stop and we cook whatever fish we have to 150. And when that's the case, then we need to go buy a fishing book And the fishing book is going to teach us how to be able to increase our fishing skills from 150 to 225. So right now our goal is to make this 114 go all the way to 150. But it doesn't increase at every single time. Like for the first part, for this part here, like from the 0 to 75 that we did 2 nights ago, every single time I clicked on that bobber, every single time it gave us 1 point more. But this time it doesn't increase by 1 point every time I click. Sometimes it's going to take 3 clicks for me to be able to get 1 skill. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 1. It really depends. So it has made this part of the process a little bit longer. But it's part of the journey. And guess what? Fishing, as you guys should know from now, I do not fish. I cannot fish because fish equals death for Fugeki. Always remember this. Fish equals death to Fugeki. And but I've learned some people have told me that apparently fishing takes patience. So that's what we're doing here. We are being patient. We're listening to some chill music while having mind-blowing discussion with fantastic people that are sharing their incredible knowledge. And we are... Oh, damn, I forgot to equip this fishing pole. I'm so stupid. I did all of the things that I did yesterday to get this one fishing pole, and actually did not equip it, which gives me 20 more skills in fishing. I am so stupid. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to reopen my other stream. Not my other stream, but for those of you who know, who's been here for a few times, when I stream, I have like my stream manager from Twitch and like the live chat from YouTube and like whatever. I have it open on my laptop. But sometimes when I'm stream, I'm just kind of like doing my own thing, you know, focusing on what I do and like whatever. And as any laptop, after a while, if you don't do anything to it, it's just going to like go into rest mode or sleep mode. And then I need to actually do something to reactivate it and like whatever. So from time to time, I just forget to move the mouse around to not let it go into sleep mode, and that it does. But and we actually got this. We got a new offend, which is another fish. So now we have 2 different kinds of fish to be able to slap people with whenever we fight. We have a 15-pound fish that we got last time, and now we got this 26-pound fish. And guess what? Guess what? We still have the exact same problem as last time. Last time, the 10-pound fish was as big as the 15-pound fish. We tested it on stream. We tested it on stream, and we saw that there was no difference in size between the 10-pound fish and the 15-pound fish, which I thought was absolutely ridiculously insane that Blizz did not consider making the fish a little bigger. And now we're having a 26-pound fish, literally 16 pound heavier than the one we had last time that was 10 pound, and still it's the same size. It's the same size. It pisses me off, chat. It pisses me off. So how is everybody's evening going, or day, or night, or morning? I know there's people from all over the world looking up on Twitch, so I feel like we've heard this song last time we were streaming the fishing stream. 2 days ago. And I feel like when it played, I was just like, wow, this is so amazing. It's just like nice and smooth and relaxing and... So I'm not talking much right now. I'm kind of like letting the music sink in. I actually really like it. How you feeling, Fna? I'm feeling good. Thank you. I was saying to chat earlier how the day today with like the mice episode and then the kind of like the deep conversations, I didn't talk about the content of the conversation, but like just the kind of like deep emotional like conversations, you know, and stuff. I feel like it kind of like drained my energy, so I feel a little more tired tonight than usual. And I think also I didn't drink enough water, so I feel a little dehydrated, little headache kind of thing. So I'm not feeling my 100% right now. I feel a little like drained and tired, but you know, it's okay. I mean, we're literally sitting here like clicking on a freaking bobber every 15 seconds. It's not like what I'm doing right now requires a lot of my energy, you know. So but I would say that the conversation flows maybe a little less fluidly than other, because I feel like my brain is kind of working on like 50% capacity right now. How are you feeling tonight? Really good. Awesome. I'm happy to see this. I really am. Your happiness is my happiness. So I think that the if everything is right, I'm guessing that the cookbook, actually let's check that out. Okay, we go to crafting, cooking. No. No. It can't be collections, no. I'm trying to find out if the miscellaneous, maybe? Oh no, we don't go in alchemy. I want to see if the book that we have to buy to increase our skills to 225, if the book is just like the cooking one, or is it different? Because if you see here, the book that I have in my bag right here, the expert cookbook, you can learn it. You can learn to become an expert cook when you have 125 skills. So if it's the same with fishing, it means we don't have to fish until we're 150. We only have to fish until we're 125. And I would assume that it works the same way, which means whenever we're going to go to 125, which is only in a few clicks, whenever we're going to reach 125, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to go cook the fishes so that to make our cooking go all the way to 150. And then whenever next stream is going to start, we're going to start with having the book in our head. We're going to learn the book that makes us go to 225, and then we're going to go fish in Stromgard Keep. So we're not going to fish until 150 tonight. We're only going to fish until we reach 125. Right now we're at 122. There should be just a few clicks left. That sound makes me feel like one of the workout songs from the Rocky movies. It's like the drum that goes like. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic. This little beat of drum that just happened, like. Yeah, that sounds like a Rocky workout song. I like it. So we're almost at 125. We're 124. Not yet at 125. Maybe one more. Maybe one more. All right, we got it. 125 fishing. 125. So let's go cook our fishes at the inn. And the 54 fishes that we have, plus the 35 of these, but like the 54 fishes we have should be more than enough to bring our cooking all the way to 150, which is the goal. The goal is we don't leave this place until our cooking is at 150. Let me do it. Can I do like cozy mode? Look at that. Let's try to see if we can do cozy mode here. Okay, I cannot sit and cook apparently. This is our little dwarf cooking. And so this is what's important here. 118 out of 150. What we want is to keep cooking our fishes until we reach 150. The way it works in the game, for those who don't know, or those who are not used to it, or the people that aren't here necessarily for a while specifically, but more for conversation, is that in the game, these are all stuff that I've learned to cook. So I've learned a recipe to be able to cook this stuff. And like when the recipes, and that works for any profession. So I'm also a tailor. So I also do tailoring. So I can do like robes and cloaks and like belts and masks and like whatever. So I also do clothes as one of my profession. And the other one that I do is enchanting. So I can enchant your gear to make it like more powerful and stuff like that. So anyway, the way the system works in World of Warcraft is whenever in your profession like tab you see stuff written in gray, it means that it's not going to give you any skill point. It's like you've done it, it's like, it's like I've been a tailor for 25 years and I'm really like an artisan tailor. And you're asking me to do something that I was able to do, like, basic pair of sandals that I was doing like 25 years ago. It's like I'm so freaking good at it that it doesn't make me be better because it's just too easy kind of thing. So this is in gray. Whenever a thing is in green, it has a very low percentage of chance to actually give you a skill point. So you see, like we had 34 fishes or 36 or something fishes of this type, and it only gave us like 7 skill points because we've cooked these so much that it's just not a challenge anymore. So we're not getting much experience for cooking more of it. What we want to cook fishes that are harder to cook. It's like we've never cooked them before, it's new to us, and because the fish is a certain kind, it's just harder to cook. It takes more skills. And when you cook these, because it's new to you, then you just get better, quicker at it. So you gain more skills. So when that's the case, it's either when your skill is yellow, like this, like these rune cloth glove, when the skill is yellow, I'd say it has about like a 50% chance of giving you a skill point when you craft the item. So if I would craft these, like this item, the rune cloth glove, if I would craft this item, there's about a 50% chance that it's going to give me 1 skill point. And when it's a orange item, like what we're cooking right now, when it's an orange item, it's a guaranteed point that you're going to get. So it's guaranteed that whenever you cook this, it's guaranteed that it is going to give you a point every single time. So right now, that's why I know we're in good position. So see, right now, our goal is to reach 140 cooking, right? Our goal is to reach 140, and we have 37 fishes left to be able to get 10 skill point. And because it's yellow, there's about a 50% chance that cooking 1 fish is going to give us a point. So technically, out of the 40 fishes that we have, 20 of them should give us 1 point. And we only have 10 points left in order to reach what we want. So the likelihood of us getting our 150 out of this calculation is just it's almost inevitable that we are going to get 150 with the 35 fishes that we have. And so far it's been giving us a point each time. So it's going very well. Alright, so 150. That was our goal for today, but we're going to learn this cookbook, this expert cookbook, that's going to allow us to increase our skill from 150 to 225. So we learned the book, and then we're just going to cook whatever we have left and see how high it gets us. So we're just going to cook whatever, get as high as possible before we switch to the new zone for our fishing. And before switching to the new zone, we'll have to go buy the book in the other place in Booty Bay and like all that stuff. So anyway. So, and that's going to be for the other stream. So whenever these fishes are cooked, then it's going to be the end of the stream, and we're going to be picking up the rest tomorrow. Oh, we also bought these recipes to be able to cook fishes, but we need to be 175 skills to be able to learn them. So we won't be able to learn them this stream. We're only going to be able to do it next stream whenever we'll have reached 175 skill, but not right now. So I think if I'm understanding the gist of like what the guide for fishing that I'm following does, is that the next spot we're going to go fishing, the next place we're going to go fishing in Stromgard is going to give us mithril head trout. And we've already purchased we've already purchased the recipe for that to happen. But chat, this is it. This is it. We've reached 165 cooking for today. And this is going to be where we're going to end the stream. So it was a relaxing stream today. I'm sorry, I know like energy levels might be like a little low. Oh, thank you, Shalene, for popped into the stream and going to bed. Have a good night's sleep, and we will chat later for sure. But for all the rest of you that are here, this is the end of the stream. It was a pretty relaxed stream today. Nothing too crazy happened. Some fun story sharing or like whatever, but it's just progressing on that fishing journey, progressing to the path from 0 to 300. You know, being able to do that together. It's my first time ever being able to do this. So again, I know I brought it up a little bit yesterday, but I'm gonna just, you know, say it again. I am currently working on a script to be able to write content about tea. You know, like that. I'm going to be turning this into a video later in the future weeks. So if you want to go follow my YouTube channel at Fugeki22. You will be able to see whenever that is going to be live there. I'm also streaming there, and on Fugeki22 you will also have an introduction to your video that tells you who I am, what I do, my background, and what I plan to do with this channel. So please, if you have the time, go and look at that video. Hit the like if you like it, subscribe if you want to, you know, be able to know whenever I go live or whenever there's new content that I put out there. Eventually, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, eventually I'm going to be doing a video out on the I Ching, how to do it, talking about its history, its philosophy, and do an I Ching session with you live to be able to really that you're able to see how it is. So you'll be able to do it on yourself afterwards if you want. So yeah, keep it up. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the conversation, Shalene, and thank you for you know, your insight and about like the relationship between money and trauma. And for all the rest of you, again, you can always see me live 10:30. From Sunday to Thursday every day, 10:30 to 12. So if you're enjoying your streams, you want to just learn more about WoW or about life, about my studies, about what I do, or just having a chill chat with someone that you just want to connect with, you know, this is what this stream is for. So again, thank you very much, and I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, or very soon. So thank you very much, and have a good evening. Bye bye.